From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Amarian Hampton, his first touchdown of the new season. The early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers 7, Bills nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, Pryor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Bills hit 2. Feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Allen. He finds his man complete. It's Warner. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? They're coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. And sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game. Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And he fires one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Khalil Shakir, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen.
His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
The first down pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Pryor. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Brown 80!
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chargers 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, check that.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. At the Bills' 48-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Operating from the gun, Coles. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Has his man, it's Shakir. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Well, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
18 Cardinal. 17.
From the gun on 3rd down, Coles.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
18 Cardinal. 18
Operating from the gun, Coles. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Coles throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready, go!
Off the play fake. Coles.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
The last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Open man right side, that's McConkey.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
They'll find McMillan here.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Coles. That one caught. It's Horton. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chargers.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Come on. Step 60, step 7.
Back to throw. Coles. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. Now a timeout signaled for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drop.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race on his horse. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chargers 7.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Now a give, right side. Pryor.
We'll get this out to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 153 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 44-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
It's 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, check. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This is caught by McMillan. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch,
Nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
70.
First down, Los Angeles.
They'll run on first down. It's Davidson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Coles. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Chargers, 14.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Well, not one you see often there, as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Davidson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bills take over 1st and 10.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready? Warriors 70.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Hey, run!
Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Up the middle they go. It's Davidson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18.
That's another Chargers first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Now Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's another Chargers first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
From the 4 now, third and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. What a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, it's Guerrero. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 46.
Here's Lawrence. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go, sir.
They'll try to run this one in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go. It's going to look to throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. They'll try the middle with Gorindo. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Bills first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Buffalo, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.